Assalamualaikum, Madam. So today I and my group will present about our individual reflection. So for the first presenter is me. My name is Aiman Haziq, and this is the question.
So Iman, I want to ask you, what was your task for week 1 until week 4?
So for the first week, I make my own logo for our group. As we know, there is an individual task, and maybe we choose the most interesting poster. And That also goes to the second week, which we need to do the poster that madam will evaluate by the most interesting poster. So for the third week, as we know that we discuss together as a group and on how to make our brochure and do it together. So for the fourth week, we also discuss on the group on how to make also interesting storyboard and do it together.
Next, what was the online IT tool that you used to complete the task?
So for the task, I'll be using Canva, Powtoon, and Storyboard.com.
See, what was the problem or issue that you encountered during the activity and why using the online IT tools?
So most of the problem that I encountered during the activity is on how to create a good logo. Same goes with the poster and about the storyboard, which is I don't really know how to use the IT tools that have in the storyboard.
So how was the problem resolved and what was your effort?
So the way I solve the problem is by try and error. All of the tools that they have in the storyboard.com and try to understand the tools in the website.
Hmm. So how do you feel about the online IT tool after you have completed your task? Please elaborate and compare your experience before.
So the first thing that I feel good and happy because I get to learn new thing by doing the activity because before this I only know how to use Canva, but by doing this activity it gives me a new way of thinking of the using Canva. So other than that, I also know how to use the storyboard, and I learned that storyboard is most one of the most interesting website that we need that we want to use if we want to make a storyboard.
So what did you learn through the activity?
So as mentioned in the previous question, I learned many things such as I get to know about Canva application, where we could use the apps to make poster, brochure, and many other more. So other than that, I also learned how to use storyboard. It really helped me to improve my skill in a future career. So next presenter, please.
So hi madam, my name is Muhammad Aiman. So I will present my portfolio, my reflection for weekly activities. Um,
So Daniel, what is your task?
so my task for week 1 until week 4. For week 1, I need to make a logo for my team, which is Alpha Genius. For week 2, I need to make a poster, and week 3, I make a brochure. And for the individual part, the madam will choose the best among the best poster or logo for the my team. And week 4, we do the storyboard using storyboard.com.
So what was the online IT tools that you used to complete the task?
The online IT tool that I use to complete the task is Powtoon, Canva, and storyboard.com.
So next question is what was the problem or issue that you encountered during the activity and while using the online IT tools?
So the issue that I encountered during the activity and while using the online IT tool is I'm not very familiar using the Canva and storyboard.com because I'm not into that IT tools. But while learning with the PEC 700, I need to learn about that thing.
So how was the problem solved and what is your effort?
So for problem solve, so before we make a logo or poster or brochure, we need to find the idea first. And how I managed to find the idea is I used to Pinterest application and look for the best design out there and make our own design. And I try and error the tools in Canva, in storyboard.com to make our logo, our poster, our brochure, or even our storyboard, make it more creative.
So next question is, how do you feel about the online IT tools after you have completed your task? So I need you to elaborate and compare your experience before.
What I feel about the online tool after I completed my task is I found that we need to learn about the online tools in nowadays because this is a modern era and all we need to marketing our business online. If as you know that if we use the marketing advertiser company out there, it will be so expensive to pay them. But if we learn about this knowledge, we can market our business by ourselves. We can use Canva, we can use IT tools out there to make a marketing for our business, and we can use it as our portfolio too. If we want to find a job as a digital advertising in the future. Next question, please.
So for the last question, what do you learn through the activity?
I've learned in the activity is we need to enhance our critical and creative thinking nowadays. It is important to have a critical and creative mindset if you want to enhance if you want to market our business, or if you want to use if you have a problem using the IT tools, you need to learn about it. That's all for me.
So that is a good explanation. So next presenter, please.
So today I will be presenting my individual reflection. This is my profile. Nana, you can ask me.
Okay, I will ask a few questions to Liana Shamim. So the first question is, what was your task?
So during throughout these 4 weeks of PEC, the first week we do logo for our group, and then madam we choose the best one, which one is the most interesting. And then for week 2 also same, we have to do a poster regarding our logo, regarding our group, and then same madam will choose which one is the most interesting to be used. And then week 3 we do a group project pamphlet and brochure, and week 4 we do digital storyboard.
Okay. Okay. The second question is, what was the online IT tool that you used to complete the task?
So the online IT tool that I use is, the first one is of course Canva, and then I use Powtoon, I use storyboard.com. Yeah, I remember those IT tool that I use the most during this week.
So question number 3, what was the problem or issue did you encounter during the activity and while using the online IT tool?
Okay, so I would say that I'm familiar with Canva and Powtoon because I use it regularly, because this application is very famous. You have so many designs that you can use, just type in anything. But I have problem with storyboard.com. This is my first time of hearing of the website of the application. This storyboard.com who can make to use we used to make what? Our storyboard, yeah. So this is my first time of creating it by myself, and I didn't expect that my group and of course me too that we can do it, because we never do this. Yeah, so this is our first time, and the problem that I encounter is I don't know how to do it. Like, this is our first time and we don't know this button for what, how to change the face structure, the hand and everything. Yeah, so that the problem that I face during using online ID tool, which is storyboard.com.
Okay, so how was the problem resolved? Like, what was your effort?
So how I solve the problem is I try and error. Click that, click this, try that, and then until one point where, oh yeah, this is how we do it. This is how we need to do it. So after I found my solution, I can do the storyboard easily, and I really enjoy doing it.
Okay, so the last question is, what did you learn throughout the activity?
Nana's question 5.
Oh, how do you feel about the online IT tool after you have complete your task? So elaborate and compare your experience before this.
I would say that online IT tool is so many, and we must master in using it because it will give benefit to us in the future, not only in classes, in university for doing posters, but in business, in our life. Online IT tool is very, very important. And before this, I'm not really familiar with these tools because I didn't use it regularly. I just use Canva. But now, after I explore storyboard.com, Powtoon, and so on, I realized that this is very important, that I need to learn and I need to master it.
Okay, the last question would be, what did you learn through the activity?
I would say that I learned that as a human, we must have patience in learning, because if we don't have the patience, we will give up easily. We don't have the feeling of excitement in ourselves to learn about new things, to do this, to do that. Because if we don't have that, every time we encounter a problem, we will give up easily, and we don't want to we don't want to do it. And if we do it, we will not give our 100% to the project, to the things. So you must have patience so that you can be success in the future. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, hello, madam. And I'm Farhana, and so this is my portfolio individual reflection, and I will answer some questions from my friends. So, Mim?
Okay, Nanas here. Here's this question that I'll be asking you. The first one is, what was your task?
Okay, so as I know, my task for the first week is we have to make a logo, and then the second week we have to make a poster, and by that madam will choose which is the best poster and the logo. So the third week we did a storyboard. So the third week we did a storyboard. So I think, and the fourth week, the third week we did a brochure, and the fourth week we did a storyboard. So that's all.
Okay, second question. What was the online IT tool that you used to complete the task?
So I use most IT tool that I've been using is Canva app, and also storyboard, and we use a Powtoon to do the storyboard.
See, okay. Third question. What was the problem or issue did you encounter during this activity and while using the online IT tool?
Okay, so the issue that I find it difficult at first is when I start to using the app, that I need to learn the different kind of icon which they have been given. But so far I find it easy when I know which icon that I need to be used. Okay.
So, how was the problem resolved? What was your effort to solve the problem?
So the problem is resolved because I have a great teamwork, which always helping me when I get confused. When I get confused to use the app.
Okay. Next question. How do you feel about the online IT tool after you have completed your task? Elaborate and compare your experiences before.
Okay, like for this, I rarely use any app for making a poster or any. So since I know about it, I feel it's really important nowadays, since we live in this millennial era, which most of the people using it a lot in IT tools and also website. So for me, it's a good thing to learn and we can use it in our future. Okay.
Last question is, what did you learn through the activity?
Okay. As for me, I learned that everything that seems hard, we can get if we put the effort on it. And for me, teamwork is crucial because without it, it can be for me, teamwork is crucial, and I find it really important to learn something that can make our life more simpler. Okay, that's all from me.
Thank you, Nana.
Thank you. Thank you.